For us, just like when we looked round our self-converted van, when we were in it for days on end, going through our darkness, seeing the beauty that we'd created, would help our mental state. If but slow, it would still help it. And this has helped our mental state. Seeing it progress and grow each year, with the challenge of not quite remembering the year before. It just brings us a sense of pride. Having the courage to share all our states has helped us to become a conscious state of shameless, rather than a subconscious, self-sabotaging shameless. The participation in creating our own garden has been immense for the healing and the growth and the cycles of our own internal rhythms, cycles, circadian rhythms. The beauty, the calm and the peace it brings. The metaphysical, the symbolic, the creative, the abstract, never been an easy dance to understand from a very logical, pedantic state of mind, out of need and necessity and survival. Water your garden, grow your garden, tend to your garden, they say. What does that mean? For us, let's water our garden, grow our garden, tend to our garden. Tend to our garden that we create on our immediate external environment, so it can have the reflected, mirrored impact internally on our internal garden. Maybe we'll start understanding this symbolic message of watering your garden, pruning your garden, tending to your garden. Standing, sitting, shaking, trauma sounding our way through it, looking out of this window, brings us peace and calm and joy deep inside, even if our external, obvious, what we're presenting on our immediate face, our immediate body is telling a different story. Clean fuel, food as thy medicine, is one of the most important over anything else from our over a decade of accidental, explorative journeying to the deepest depths of the darkness of the internal state. Not just because if there's a healthy soil, fundamental healthy soil foundation full of the optimum balance of minerals, then the optimum balance of minerals and nutrients and vitamins will be in the food. But the process of growing and tending, aligning oneself with the seasons through habitual states of patterning, is one of the also most important, because it's all interconnected from this specific collective of energies. Some of it we do works, and there's a sense of exhilaration and joy, seeing the new growth, feeling proud. And lots of what we do doesn't work, bringing on emotional states of disappointment. Why bother? What's the point? All that energy, when it's such precious energy, so limited. The point is the process, the journey. Because it's all a physical, first-hand application of knowledge, embodiment of knowledge to bring wisdom, to experience the emotions, to learn the emotions, so we become in management of our emotions, therefore becoming responsive, responsible human beings rather than reactive human beings. Coming to the end of a book, another thing that's helped us with our words and our connections, where initially triggers were the problem from the conscious perceived mind, but we've learned that our conscious perceived mind is normally a mistake, and it's a message from our subconscious and superconscious attempting to reach our subconscious, but the belief systems in our subconscious mind aren't quite ready. Even if there's chaos and mess in our immediate environment, in our internal home, the external home there brings us peace. Unless it's super challenging time, and then it just brings some stress of we've got to do that in the garden, we've got to do that in the garden, we've got to do that in the garden. But the light will always dance through for the next cycle in the end. There was a water spillage last night, and that was our semi-mode of clearing up. This is our next book to read after that one. And what came to us this morning was in the psych ward. We allowed ourselves and surrendered to whatever stories any of our alternate personalities needed to create for us to dance through whatever this crazy journey we were on. And Stephen King, in our poem, I think we mentioned his name. What we meant to say was Stephen Hawking, not Stephen King. But the message from the subconscious, superconscious, the subconscious, the denser energies, the past, what's already been written and happened, the memory, the data, information in the body, and the superconscious, the future, the faster vibrational waves, gamma. The books, and so there's the fairy tale. It's about a dog, a boy and his dog, Charlie Carroll. Charlie is the first name of the book On the Edge that we took out because we were communicating through the words in books and other things. And we were over the edge and needed help, but the majority of us weren't able to notice that or ask for it. He meets a dog named Radar. For us, dog is God backwards. God shows complete unconditional love no matter what. Dogs show complete unconditional love no matter what. Hence for us, cats have been more important because cats won't put up with any kind of abuse. They'll leave their owner if they're abused, unlike dogs. There's a sense of respect, mutual respect. And we had it all in us, and we needed to develop the aspects of us that we wanted to develop. Radar reminds us of the circle within the circle within the circle, like when you're on a boat navigation system. But there's also metaphysical symbology and that going throughout all the stone circles, the hieroglyphs from the ancient times of knowledge, all in their unique, subjective experiences expressed out to the objected through patternology and symbology before logical words came into play. So we've got a bit of chaos going on in here at the moment. But this is clean. First round, not clean, first round wash clean. This was from dinner dishes last night. Tito Popatinata! Yeah, we're very proud. Our elderflower champagne. Hopefully going to get harvest done. We've got to change the water on these again before our our success in getting them to survive and grow, we then don't want to kill them off. So yeah, we had the batch that we talked about that we made the other day with a load of our fermented veg for all the bacteria, healthy, bubbly, bouncy bacteria. We had a butternut squash, we put it in there and then just chucked a few things on it, and we had a few other things. We had treats, but for us the nightshade families are treats. The peppers and tomatoes were a treat. There was an onion left over, which we missed when we were making our onion powder and our garlic powder. That's wild garlic powder that we foraged. These are the nuts and seeds and flax seeds, and that's all like strawberry leaves, dandelion leaves, much more other leaves from the garden that we make into our own green powder. Because what's in our immediate environment is the energetic exchange. We've got to make another kombucha. We haven't been on that for a while. It's been quite a journey these last lot of energies. But we did get all those, the rest of the herbs. Oh yes, there's thyme, there's lavender, there's hyssop in that green leaf mix. But we've also put that into our herbal tea green powder, which has never been that fine before. But and then we'll kind of drink that as much as possible. So that was the old herbal tea powder. It's one we started making, but dissociated and forgot. Tito tomo manada! This is one of our best. This has got to be, I think, our best ever sourdough bread. So we leave it with the lid open so it stops the machine rusting. It's taken us years to get to this. And then put a towel over the top. We dampen the top a bit as well. But that's actually managed to rise really well, and it's kind of an okay consistency. The top's not cracking too much. So we might put that on soon actually to bake. So we're just making our treat drink being goat's milk. We had gone on to the Oatly barista, but it's came to our awareness that the Oatly barista was more processed than the goat's milk, even though this is pasteurised. Fresh sheep would be our optimum choice, but don't know where to get that. And then fresh goats. Fresh sheep hasn't got the goaty flavour and it's got more nutrients, we learnt, and it's in chicory instead of our coffee. Yeah, it's just nutritional yeast and everything on that, and that's another clean batch to go. Our dishwasher's been broken, you see, so that's how had the sticky labels taken off, but needs a second wash from the oil and stuff. Mind you, saying that one hasn't, but that's okay, we've got some left over. The bathroom's not in too bad a state. Root chakra toilet being cleaned. And we found that we had another toilet cleaner, Ecova toilet cleaner, so we don't have to make that yet. And we're still in the process of sorting the bedroom out. We'll have our old copper grid that we made underneath, but we've actually got a copper get grounded sheet and pillowcase, so that's going to help us at night now as well. And you can kind of see the old copper here, which wasn't too bad actually, all considering. So we'll probably put that sheet under this and on top of the copper grid. It really helped us learn lots of things, that did. And then we look outside, and that's ever changing, but it's slower than the front. It's slower in the front because it doesn't get as much sunlight. And because it doesn't get as much sunlight, it doesn't grow as much food. These have been immense. This one has words, all the fractals with the words, quotes. This one doesn't have words, just the pictures. This is where we're sleeping at the moment. We didn't know this was in German when we bought it. Well, one of us did. But it means that the words don't distract the conscious mind. If we're going to listen to music with words in, and we don't want our conscious mind to get activated, we want to go into deeper states of relaxation. So the conscious mind is a beta wavelength, and then it goes down to an alpha, theta, delta, and then gamma rays are faster. but we get to just sit there and witness and observe. All of this had a round one of imagery with our poetry videos that we took down because we don't understand copyright stuff. Tito Potanana. There's a slight mist, isn't there? So that was from the back. That's been there for over a year. It's going to be great when we get the bench back. We do a little bit of a job for test patches, because then the meditation takes place and allows the job to be completed and finished. I think there's a piece of wood stuck, so we're going to have to take the shredder apart. There's been a bit of scrubbing off the green dirt on here. Notice the difference between the surfaces. We might have to buy a new solar pump fountain for that, because it never worked right from the start. It only goes up about a few centimetres, and it said it ought to go up about 40. You can see the dead on the grass. That's from our weed spraying the other day. So then we can do that again, probably under the Aries, and then just hopefully use a spade and it'll come up easy. The rhubarb's doing well. We're going to attempt to sow a bit more today, but honestly I don't know if it's going to happen. There's a scrub patch on the deck there. We're going to be growing food in these areas, and just a scrub patch on the lead bit of the summer house there, because if we're growing food in that area, I hope we want to oil it first. And we don't think it would make much of a difference, but just a little scrub of some soapy water does actually make quite a difference. But it takes so much time to do any of these jobs, because we can only do little bits at a time, because of the physical and the mental health differing abilities. But the point is, we still do it, and we still give it a go, and we still keep on getting up and going. The radish was an accident, but I think we're going to pull that out. Oh, there's radish leaves as well, so we do the whole food, because if we do the whole food, then there's the whole symbiosis of the food working together. So we'll eat the radish and we'll freeze the leaves, and the leaves will get ground up to go into the green powder mix to keep it going. And we have that whenever we're still dancing with understanding the mushrooms. I'm thinking we need to keep them in a more moist, dark place. We're not sure, maybe if there's we're dancing on this is so stuff tends to go through our mind and our meditations for any amount of time. We're wondering if that gap, it's big enough to fit the wood in there, so we're wondering if we can maybe make some sort of plastic tent thing to put in there, so that we'll have the wood in little plastic tents to keep the moisture in. It's quite a mission putting the plastic bags on top and stuff again, but we don't know, and it's alright if we don't know, because all of it is practice, because foundational practice for us learning and growing, creating the dream of us wanting to buy some land and build our own house. I didn't show you the roses that are coming. All the roses have come up over there, looking lovely. These are the subtle pink, and there's the beautiful sounding boy. So this is our secret garden, because it's private. We spend a lot of time sleeping in the summer house, not able to do much, being connected to nature and just staring out. Hi! Hi! Tito Momo! Dai! Tito Pomanata! Ya, Tito Momo! Dai! Nino Patay Narata! Hi! Tito Momo! Pomo! Cat's purr is very healing for relaxations. Tito Pomo! Thank you for staying outside, Worm. Well done. Thank you for listening. Tito Pomo, dai. Ja, sie ist nata. Ja, bye. The catnip's actually starting to grow better again finally. Make our own catnip so Zendaya can have his greens and Worm, who you just met, can have his too. There's another little nasturtium growing and a sweet pea. Maybe that was the other video it came through, and that one. And for the first time in years, I think these are the longest, I think we've had these 5-6 years and they've gone through a lot with us. But look, we have apples. How amazing is that? And because we've got rhubarb in the garden, we can have homemade rhubarb and apple crumble. Pretty sure this is the blackcurrant. They're looking nice and big and juicy. Last year we did have blueberries. I don't know if we've got more this year, but we did amend the soil, but we didn't transfer them into a new pot soon enough. But I'm sure next year this is going to be really amazingly abundant, because we have adjusted the soil for the blueberries. This one's got one apple, but we took all the flowers off on that because we changed the pot and thought we'd take the flowers off if we changed the pot, and that's bare because we've been taking off the spider mite. But ladybugs, we just learnt, are the best ones. We've had 2 of the big strawberries, but the strawberries reddening, which we have to keep an eye on because we don't get them because they're not quite ripe, but the slugs get to them. Yeah, see you buggers. We're gonna have to eat them white strawberries. And normally a little one's big, we don't want slug juice, but we'll get a bit of slug juice on us, if that means we get some of their ability to slow down energies. It brings our little ones so much joy just to pick and eat fresh straight from the garden. I mean, look, they've even just chewed that one away, it's nowhere near ripe. We put oranges down, didn't we? We're going to have to close that door, aren't we, Worm? It's a very still, tranquil feeling. There's this slight drizzle in the air. And it's very slight because Zen's out here, aren't you? Hey? The energy's got a bit preciousome inside again, did they? We love you. We've got baby courgettes growing even too. Started off, and we potted the dwarf bean, our one cucumber that grew, and our courgette, because that was meant to go around the back. So we did manage to get that done. We love this little flower here. We've got to move this one. We'll let that one grow bigger. That's taken over, so we've got to move things in there as well. And all of these are going to seed bulb, but these were the second spring. We didn't plant these. These were just seeds that were in the shredder because we shredded up some of the seeds because there's an easy method. So we've got lots of strawberries coming. But again, they're on the ground with the slugs, so that'll be interesting. I suppose we've got some of that straw which is meant to be a slug repellent. I thought it was slug and snail, but we saw a snail on it the other day. There's the oranges we put out to get the slugs, but then we've got to adjust them. There's beautiful Pupsy over there. That's Worm's sister. There's Worm. They live next door. Zen's amazing with them. Oh yeah, these were ones that we were going to sprout, but we obviously forgot what sprouting meant and actually grew them as seeds. So even if it's just some pots inside, or a pot outside next to your doorstep, start growing something. Learning to nurture it, not just look after it. And become aware of the impact that then has on you too, of nurturing yourself and understanding yourself. Being in alignment with nature and the seasons. Because when we're in alignment with nature and the seasons, us as human bodies, amazing quantum bioorganic computers with the quantum, the wave, the multiverse, and the atomic, the particle, the universe, we bring ourselves into alignment and a symbiotic relationship. Symbiotic relationship, there's symbiosis, there's a harmony in the exchange of give and receive. Give and take, well, something could be taken without the want of it being given. So our terminology is important, but it's not the most important. And that's been an important journey for us to dance. If we are speaking about the importance of words, then it's more the tone and the deliverance of the words, no matter what the words are. But if you're having a really, really hard time with it out there, eating whole foods, our foods, clean fuel, not processed, food with life force energy in that's got the wholeness of it, is the most important, to change us deep from within inside, to give us the energy and the rest of it, to start changing and dancing with the rest of it so it all can flow together. Our energy's with you. Toodaloo! Adios, amigos! I'll be the same. Kia ora.